I just had a 7 mile bike ride. It's about 3.5 miles out from my house. And it's on these bike trails here in South Dakota. They're paved, they're really, really nice, um, safe. But it's really pretty, and all the birds are flying around, and it's overcast. It wasn't too hot, a little bit windy. But I've I wanted to bring up a point. My biking's getting easier and easier. Like the distances that I go, they are becoming easier and more tolerable, and I'm pushing myself just a little bit further. I usually stop at about the 6 mile mark, or this one spot that's halfway, because I count the miles out. Like it's 3.5 miles out, 3.5 miles back. So that's how I measure it. And I usually stop at the 3 mile mark, and I went half a mile further, so that pushed another mile on my total. And it wasn't that bad. Even with the wind kind of in my face on my way out and giving me a little bit of assistance on the way in, it wasn't that bad. And normally, I'm thinking about before I had my surgery, when I was 75 pounds heavier, it was really a struggle to get to that point. I always went to that point, but it was really hard. And when I came back, I was pooped and I needed a shower and I was pouring sweat and I was like wiped out to the point that I couldn't do nothing else. And I don't feel like that. Like I'm back. I still have some moderate energy. I'm going to finish up a couple of papers that I need to finish for college that's due tomorrow. I have biceps and triceps that I'm going to knock out in a minute. I just ate some spinach leaves with quinoa salsa. It's called quinoa salsa, but it's like really a bunch of stuff that includes avocado, black beans, corn, quinoa. It's really good. And I make that like a salad. Um, so I've eaten. I'm not too out of breath. I feel pretty good. The point is, I haven't lost really any weight in almost 2 months. I mean, I've up and down 2 pounds maybe, like under this 230 pounds. I've gotten down to 228, 232. I totally dropped that. 238, 232, and it fluctuates back and forth through that. I got a haircut today too. I'm trying to keep the same color, and I don't know, it looks like crap. I have a bike helmet on when I'm biking, so you got to be safe, you know. But all of my clothes are definitely fitting bigger. Inches, I measured my inches like at least every 2 weeks, and my inches get better and better and better, even though the weight stays the same. I'm getting stronger with the amount of weights that I can lift and how many reps I can get in. I'm starting to see vascularity places on my body where I never had it. I've always just been like a marshmallow thickness, but I'm starting to see veins. I'm not saying that like, you know, they're kind of gross and stuff, but like there's just parts on me that on my legs, and I'm looking at them right now, that are pretty defined. And then some parts of me has very low body fat, and you can see even muscle striations that's starting to develop. It's really cool to see successes come, and I've not lost any weight. So don't. That's the point of this video. I keep getting sidetracked. Don't measure all of your success on what the scale looks like. I know that that's a huge, really important benchmark for us, for anybody, but you may be experiencing changes that you can't quantify with just the weight on the scale. Like I said, it's incredible to feel this good and to have more energy and to be able to push myself physically further and further with really the same effort. It's strange, but like I was telling my son yesterday, we went biking yesterday together, and he was like, he's losing weight too. He's running on this treadmill over here that's covered with clothes, but he's running on the treadmill and he's watching what he's eating. He's keeping his calories to 1,500 or less and very low fat in his diet. Drinking a lot of water and eating a lot of unprocessed foods. So he's doing really well. Like he's doing better than I could do whenever I was trying to lose weight without surgery. I didn't have the willpower like that. But I put forth pretty much the same level of effort. Like I feel like I push myself moderately hard. I wouldn't say that I push myself as hard as I can every time I do anything. Like when I go to the gym, it's not always 100%. Sometimes it's 100%. Sometimes it's maybe 50% of my visits to the gym. I push myself until I just collapse. 100%. Can't give any more. And sometimes I go 70 or 80%. So I would say as an average, I'm an 80% output kind of person. So these bike rides that I'm taking now, it's the same output. I'm outputting about 80%, but I just get better results with that amount of output now. It's not like it's an easier process for me because I just go a little faster. So my level of discomfort is relatively the same. I was explaining that to my son. I was like, son, when you see heavy people that are going just, let's say that they're on a bike and they're only going 1 mile an hour, which you think is slow. They're pushing 400 pounds or 450 pounds or whatever it is, 300 pounds or 250, whatever it is, it's all relative. It's hard for them. They're outputting a certain level of effort. And as they lose weight, they'll probably continue to put out that same level of effort, but they'll go faster or they'll go farther. So you can't judge somebody because they can't do what you can do. Or you can't even judge yourself because you can't do what you envision yourself doing. Just give it as much as you can. Just push yourself as hard as you can push yourself. And those things will come to you where you can accomplish those visions that you have, those goals that you have for yourself. And I told my son that that's really kind of like a sliding metaphor for life. If you see someone half-ass stuff, they probably half-ass stuff all the time. They probably half-ass their diet. They probably half-ass their workouts. And even as I say that, as I'm one of the persons who chose the sleeve surgery, I really didn't half-ass my surgery. My diets. I really, really tried on my diets. I did extreme diets. I did raw vegan. I did juice only for 60 days. I did 20-day water only fasts. I did vegetarian. I'm really a pescatarian now. But I've done so many things and really commit to them for bursts. My problem was addiction. I'm just addicted to food, and I'll overeat even healthy food. I'll eat and eat and eat and eat and eat it. And so the surgery was my solution because I can overeat, but I have lots of extreme, immediate consequences. So be someone who puts forth effort. Really, really push yourself. Make yourself work hard because you'll start to see the results of where you want them to be. Even though you can't go but 1 mile an hour right now. Shit, you're pushing 500 pounds. If somebody who's been thin their whole life, they don't have the muscular leg development that you do if you're walking around at 500 pounds and I'm going to extremes. It may not be 500 pounds, but you know what I mean. Everybody's on their own unique journey. Output as much effort as you can comfortably without breaking something. If you want to be someone who breaks something, output as much as you can every single time and squeeze every ounce of power out of your body, then do that. Do that. But don't be somebody who doesn't do much effort at all. Don't be a low effort half-asser because you won't get the results. I would say that the first 60 pounds of my surgery were just because of the surgery. And I had to start, like, I'm in a fitness regimen now, and I'm not even near my goal. I want to lose another 50 pounds. And I'm not discouraged. I just know that it's going to require effort. It's going to require my diet being good. It's going to require me to continue to put forth that kind of effort. It's going to require me to get on the bike, do cardio on the days that I'm not working out. It's going to require me to work out. I have to have that kind of commitment because after that weight is falling off the first, I'd say 50 to 60 pounds, it won't come off anymore. I have to push it. So that means I've got to keep those goals, those benchmarks. I can't slip up that much. I can't, let those things fall back into my lifestyle, my habits, because it will sabotage you. But the surgery is not a one-stop solution. You will have to incorporate those things into your life. So, my biking's getting better. I'm getting further. Even though I napped a lot today, I still got my workout in. I'm going to do biceps and triceps tonight. Finish up a little bit of homework. My girlfriend brought some pizza home, so I'm not going to omit it. I may not eat the crust. I may just eat the toppings, but you can't give up your life. You can't be 100% unless you want to. As I said earlier, if you want to be that kind of person, 110%, be that person. You'll get your results faster, but don't be a half-asser. Don't let yourself be a half-ass moderate person, because if you'll do it in this area, you'll do it in all your areas. So, anyways, have a great week. I hope you guys are doing wonderful.